Now, for the purpose of your after work segment, the purpose is to get the tension out of the system, nervous system, muscular system, all that. But then to create some energy again to get back into things that you need to do for the rest of the day. So, what I like to do when I come home is just kind of spread feet side by side, check in with those toes, get those toes nice and wide. And I'm going to have you go into just like a forward fold, okay? Now we're going to bend the knees slightly here. I don't want this to be a stiff-legged one. Bend the knees slightly, let the head come down, okay? And what I want you to do here is just let your arms hang like you don't even have them. They're just dead weight. And you're just going to let your knees bend, one knee bend forward, one knee bend back a little bit, and you're just oscillating here back and forth. And you're going to breathe. And let it go. Now, I am not so hanging here that my hands are on the floor. I have some energy pushing the floor away with my feet. So I'm keeping myself energized off the floor. I'm supporting myself with my legs, but I'm letting the rest of my body kind of let go. Okay, and I might just swing here a little bit. And as I do this, I take those slow breaths in through the nose, and then just don't push it out, but just let it deflate. I'm also checking in with different parts of my body. So I'm checking in with my head, letting the top of my head kind of relax, the sides of my head relax, my face relax, around my mouth relax. You might feel your head starts to move a little bit more. Don't fight it. Just go with it. Take some breaths in and out. You might feel your shoulder blades want to start to circle around and move up and down and all around. You might feel your side body start to move side to side. Okay, one side's opening up, the other side's kind of closing down, but you're not really forcing it. It's just kind of happening. Just kind of letting things go. So sometimes my knees will start to naturally do this little like circling action, and then everything starts to circle. I might get a little bounce in this. And the whole time, just letting that breath flow slowly in and out. Okay, you can spend as much time on this as you want. You might feel that your patterns start to change. You can see I just kind of like went into a different pattern here. Okay, I'm going to bend those knees, put my hands up in front of me, and I'm going to reach my hips back away as I continue to reach my head long. So I'm going to show you from the side. So my knees are bent. I'm still got that energy out of the floor. I'm reaching ahead, and I'm really trying to reach those hips back. As I take some breaths here. And what I'm picturing is I'm picturing the back of my body getting nice and long here on both sides. Not long and arched, but long through the segments and then spreading wide through the booty. Okay, so I'm picturing the back pockets of my pants just kind of busting wide and open. My head is reaching long forward, and my spine and each individual segment is reaching long. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to keep these knees bent, and I'm going to go ahead and pull myself back up to a standing position. Okay? And I get a little lightheaded sometimes when I do that. You might too. So just kind of put your hands on your knees, catch your breath, and get your head back on straight. Okay? Good. All right, from there, I might come down to the floor. So that's just like a get everything relaxing kind of feeling, okay? And you should feel, just by focusing on your breath and letting your body get rid of some of that tension. I didn't mention the hands. Let your hands go too. Okay, let those hands go. Just letting everything go there. You might feel just a little bit better there. Now, I'm going to have you just go onto the floor. And we're going to do a little bit of rocking here. Okay, so we're going to pull those knees in, and we're going to roll and then back up. You're going to feel each individual segment trying to hit the floor one by one, okay? This might not happen on the first time. It might not happen on the second time. You might come down and feel this clunk in both directions. That's okay, okay? As you go through this program, you're going to start to feel more contact through there, okay? But in general, we're just trying to get each piece to come down and then come back up. Okay, come down. And if you can't come all the way back up, that's okay. Just kind of focus here. Okay, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, and we're just rolling through there, getting some sensory to the spine. All right. And then we're going to come down to the floor, losing myself on the camera. Come down to the floor, knees will pull in, and you're just going to go side to side. Same deal here. I'm trying to get each kind of roll from one side of my back, the right side now, a little bit more to the left, a little bit more left. Now I'm in the center. Now I'm going left of center, all the way left of center. This starts to come up. So again, it's a roll, but it's side to side. Okay, I'm just trying to bring some sensory into the spine here. And that just kind of feels good. Now, I didn't mention, you can interrupt this series or start this series with the ball rolling, the laying over the ball. That's a separate video. You can do that before, in the middle, after, whatever you want. I like to sometimes do it either before or somewhere in the middle, because if you feel like maybe you're a little stiff in your spine, that spending some time with your belly over the ball will help to loosen all that up. Okay, so throw that in there if you need to. I just didn't film it again for this series. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to put the hands on the belly, and we're just going to work on some spinal mobility here. So we're going to go ahead and let the belly breathe into the hands, and then exhale, let it out. Okay, so just practice first belly breathing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and breathe into the hands here. And let it out. Okay, I find that if we hold too much tension in our abs during the day, which a lot of us will do if we're standing a lot, talking a lot, stressed out a lot, that when we hold too much tension in the abdominal wall, it will interfere with our spinal mobility, and that we can kind of, kink up the nerves a little bit. Okay, we're trying to get all those nerves moving more freely. So spend a few minutes, a minute or so here. Belly breathing, and let it out. So you should feel movement underneath your hands here, to the front, but also to the sides. Okay, so you can put your hands on the sides of your belly, underneath your ribs here. And let that whole belly kind of expand. Okay, then go into a little bit of spinal movement. So as you inhale, let your belly let go, let your ribs open up, let your pelvis tilt forward. Exhale. I'm going to have you come all the way down. Let those ribs come down. Let your back flatten out. I'm going to have you hold here. Take another breath in. As you hold this position and take a breath in, you should feel the air go down towards the floor. Exhale. Let it go. And then start to inhale yourself into a more extended, ribs open, pelvis tilted forward, belly expanded position. Exhale, let it out. All the way through. Let those ribs come down. Hold that back a little flatter to the ground. Take another breath in. If you struggle to get your back flat on the ground here, you might want to put a pillow underneath your head here. Okay, that will help to bring everything down so you can get more contact there. Okay. If you struggle to hold this down and take a breath in, if you feel like you want to pop up every time you take a breath in, just take note of that, okay? And as you exhale into this position, maybe just give yourself some sensory cues here to kind of hold this down. And just take what you can, take the breath that you can into the back, okay? Not too big of a breath that makes you arch back up again. Okay, so we're just gonna rock it back and forth.